Next question: What do you do as a man building his empire when your blood family isn't supportive emotionally, but you know why they are the way they are and want to help wake them up, yet still got to take care of the family you are creating.
Uh, I'm gonna go first real quick.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Marcus. Hey, shout out to Marcus Shumpert, bro. Bro,
Shout out
name always
Marcus.
popping up
Yeah,
in the radical school mention. Shout out to you, bro.
I got DM you back too, bro. I got you, Marcus.
Um, hey,
Email.
bro. First and foremost, right? I want you to learn the importance of creating a healthy distance.
That was Samuel Taylor. That was Marcus. Sorry.
That one, Marcus.
Samuel Taylor asked the question. But
Samuel.
Marcus
Okay.
is still there.
But
Shout
shout
out
out to Marcus either way. But Samuel, bro, I want you to understand the importance of creating a healthy distance first and foremost. I want you to understand that like you can't give a motherfucker nothing that you ain't got for yourself. So when you get like, bro, I'm all for empowering and improving one another and the family and our people. But when that shit when it starts to like weigh on you at your expense, then that's when you have to create a healthy distance because you're gonna end up burning out trying to save some motherfuckers who not willing to save themselves. So like, bro, I'm all for you, like, bringing the family along and waking them up and this, that, and the third. But you'll fuck around and miss your shot, your opportunity, and the route to carry out your mission because you doubling back saving motherfuckers who ain't worth saving to begin with. So, bro, I know it's hard, but you're gonna have to really assess the people that you are even trying to save, and genuinely ask yourself, like, using your wisdom and your foresight, is this gonna be a good investment on the back end? Because like you'll fuck around and look up in 10 years and realize you spent 3 of them that you could have been directing towards your grind, your goals, and your vision. You spent 3 of them years arguing with motherfuckers who wasn't gonna end up listening to you 15 years later anyway.
Right.
So, bro, I handle family the same way, associates. Bro, I handle the culture that way. Like, I'm not gonna wait on you to support me, and I'm not gonna consistently like get the same repetitive ass speech in hopes that one day you're gonna change your mind. I'm gonna be consistent with giving you the game, but when I identify like giving you the game taking more energy than I'm able to give to my goals and my vision, then fuck all y'all. Yeah. And bro, family included. Like I don't. That's just how I'm rocking, bro. Like I'm not gonna self sabotage or self destruct for anybody. If I'm gonna do it, it's gonna be because of me. But I will not drive myself crazy trying to save another motherfucker in the midst of trying to save myself. We all gonna drown at that point.
All right.
Somebody gotta live to tell the story.
All right. No, I completely agree with that. I actually got asked that question, something similar to that question about how to deal with toxic people that's in your family. So I responded. One, when it comes to kids or children, kids or children are never toxic, right? They're your kids. I feel like I will always love niece, nephew, kids, anyone who's younger. I'm gonna deal with them in a loving manner. But when it comes to family members who are grown, aunt, uncles, grandma, cousin, whatever the case may be, and they're not supportive of your business, they become a liability. Like they become a liability to your entrepreneurial thoughts. They become a liability to your thought process. They become a liability to you financially because you're spending money on them and they're not spending money on you. And that's what you don't want in your entrepreneur career. You want assets. You want people who are supportive. You ever got that feeling where you're from a hometown and you're doing your thing, and people from out of town who don't know you, they're complete strangers, and they support you more than your family, or they support you more than your hometown. In that sense, when you look at that, you should understand, like, oh, snap, like, you know what? Yeah, they family and all, but when it comes to my business, they're not a necessity. They are not valuable. They are not a asset to me. So now I'm either going to cut them off because my goal right now is to make my business flourish, and everything else will be irrelevant. And if they don't respect that, or if they don't honor that or respect that, that's cool. Lead them by their way, because they would want that same support from them if they were an entrepreneur. They had a different mindset. So I always say, I personally, it's a mindset thing. It all goes back to mindset. So if you are at some point in time, whenever you decide that you want to start your business or your entrepreneur endeavors, you have to choose the entrepreneurship fully, or you're going to be having a hassle between all the family members or all the friends or whatever case it be trying to succeed and going back and forth. Not saying that you can't make it, but it will be slower. It'll be a slower process because you're not going 100%. You're going about 50-50 or 25 here and 25 here. But I would say that even when I started making my That's Life was my brand in the beginning. My parents did not understand it because they didn't. First off, before I get into that story, no one is gonna understand your dream because it's your vision and they didn't have it. So no matter what you do in life, whoever you tell it to, in the beginning for sure they're not gonna understand it. So don't even get upset that they don't see it because it's not their vision. It's not there. It wasn't in their brain. But I told my parents, hey, I'm gonna do That's Life. I dropped out of school, even though I went back to school, but I dropped out of school to start my That's Life t-shirt brand. They thought I was crazy. They thought I was tripping. Why would you do that? But I had a vision that these 2 words of mine is gonna impact and change the world. That's Life means do anything to say life is for everything. So instead of getting mad and etc., you completely stay positive, get out of the negative light, because the world's gonna spin with it without you. So I always say That's Life. And I had that narrative from the beginning, and I wanted to sell shirts and then change the world with those 2 words alone. No one believed that these 2 words would do it, and those 2 words literally made me money throughout college. They made me. It's my whole branding. Like how I'm eating to this day, and they didn't understand that until 5 years later when I graduated, and they got to my graduation, and they seen I was making That's Life shirts for Georgia State, Clark Atlanta, Morehouse, Spelman, and etc. And they seen the impact that I had with it 5 years later to there, and then at my graduation, they're like, "Oh, we're so sorry that we didn't believe in you." And then ever since then, they were fully supportive. But when I say fully supportive, they definitely supported me. They just didn't believe how big it was gonna get. But if I was to let their belief saying, "Hey, don't drop out," or "Hey, don't do this," "Hey, don't do that," I would have slowed down my success when it came to my brand. So I say all that to say, like, whoever's not in full support or whoever's not an asset or value to your branding, like, cut them off. There's no reason for you to have them in your life in all reality, because whether they're family, friend, whatever it could be, they're doing the same type of damage to you regardless, blood or not. So
No, I agree.
that's just how I would go about
100.
it.